What's up guys, David Falla here, and I'm here with a new tutorial. Today's tutorial we're gonna do a faded beard. I know many of you have been asking me how to do this, so here it is. So first we start making the outline of the beard. I usually start on the outside first, do the neck, do the sides. This just kind of gives me like a structure, I guess, and it just makes it easier to shape up the inside. I feel like once the neck is straight, everything else kind of just falls into place. So for this, I'm using my Andy's T outliner, and how you can see, pretty much what I do the line in the middle, right in the middle of the neck, and then I kind of connect that to the sides. Just make sure your client's not talking, like how you guys just saw, because sometimes when they talk, the line, you can make mistakes or whatever. So just make sure you tell your client to just give you a second if you guys are talking, and so you can do the line. So yeah, just start right in the middle, make a guide in the middle, and then kind of connect it with the sides. Here I'm just doing the other side, so the same thing, just continue with that guide in the middle. And what I do in this case is that I stand right in the front of the person, right in the middle, so I can actually see and make sure that it's even. Also, something that helps me a lot is kind of removing whatever hair I don't need, so I can actually see the line more clearly, just because of the contrast with the skin in the neck, and the skin on the neck and the beard, obviously. So that's one trick. Just make sure you stand right in the middle. If you can, for whatever reason, then just use the mirror as your guide. The mirror will tell you if the beard is actually straight or not. In this case, I'm going to use the number 3. I'm using the Andy's MVLI for this step, so just use a number 3 with the lever close. You're going to use number 3 because usually when number 3 is going to leave the hair short, but it's going to be dark. That's what we want. We want the front to be dark, and then so the sides can can look faded. So we're using the 3, just pass everywhere. You can use any machine. This is just the machine that I like, and this is the machine that I've been using now lately. So yeah, just pass the 3 everywhere. Make sure obviously you pass it against the grain, and just look at the growth pattern of the beard, because a lot of times you get cowlick and things like that. So just make sure you pass it everywhere, and make sure that everything is cut evenly. For this next step, we're gonna use, in my case, I'm gonna use the Andy's Super ZR with the attachment, with the metal attachment, or metal blade. 5 zeros. You can use your trimmer, you can use the machine without a guard with the lever closed. You can use whatever you use to skin. I'm using kind of like the middle of the face as my guide. After we're done with this, then we're gonna use a shaver. You can use a razor if you want. I use electric shavers. I like them. That's how I learned when I started cutting, so that's what I always use them. So yeah, just use that to kind of skin that part. And then because we're gonna create that transition, and we're gonna create the transition, the same transition we created to the fade, we're gonna create that on the beard. So it's important to kind of like shave that part, to say it like that. Now I'm using my lever clipper to start fading that. So I'm gonna use with the lever down or the lever open. We're gonna make a guideline about like I would say ½ an inch, and then we're gonna start fading that right away. So little by little we close the lever until the first guideline is gone. After that, I'm going to use a number 1 with the lever open, and then start closing it little by little, and just continue the same steps that I did before. So open and then close it little by little until it's fully closed. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and add the number 0 or 1/16, and then continue doing the same, always with the lever down first, or the lever open, and then close it little by little until the line is gone. When you're done with that, you might have to do a little retouch without any guards. So this is what I'm doing right now, just with the lever closed, and then close it a little, and then make sure everything looks good, everything looks even. this case, my client doesn't like the mustache. There's sometimes you will find people that grow a full beard but they don't like the mustache, so you know, in this case I'm removing it, just using a TL liner for this, and then we're just gonna use the shaver after. You can use the razor as well. But also, when you remove the stash, one tip that I can tell you is I try to use the end of the both sides of the mouth as your guide if you want to keep the beard thick, you know, looking thick. So that's what I use. I always base my guide kind of like where the mouth ends. That's what I use, and then from there I shape up the sides. Something that I started doing lately is actually use the trimmer to shape up the beard first. Before I would just kind of do the outside of the beard, and then I would just grab the razor to create the inside. But lately I've been using the machine to kind of give it that shape, and I think I find this to be a little easier, just because when you use the razor, you know, you already have the shape there, so it's kind of just easier to follow that, and you don't have to create your own. So yeah, lately I've been doing that, and I kind of like it. It's a technique that I actually like. So in here I'm shaping up the inside of the beard kind of square where the chin is, just doing a square, you know, shape, removing everything that I don't need. And how I said, like, I always remove everything. Some barbers kind of leave, like, you know, just create a guide and just kind of leave the rest of the hair there, but I like to remove everything because I want to see what contrast it creates the hair with the skin. You know, I want to see, and that allows me to kind of see better if the lines are straight or not. Sorry, my voice sounds like a little strange. I've been sick for like a week already, so I'm getting better, but you know, that's my voice sounds like that. So anyway, another tip that I can give you guys is that when you get clients that have really thick hair, what I started to do is like in this case, I use the electric shaver first to kind of shave everything that I don't, you know, that I'm gonna shave with the razor regardless. But this helps the hair to be, you know, it helps the razor because when you are passing the razor, if the hair is not short enough, some razors are gonna pull the hair out of the pore, and then it can make the client, you know, bleed. So with this, it's gonna make it way easier. So I started to do this before I shave anybody. So right now, how you can see, I'm putting some shaving gel. You can use whatever you like, any lubricant, so kind of help the razor glide, or the blade glide easier. And we always offer a hot towel in every haircut. This is like a service that we offer at the shop. You don't need to, but my opinion, if you want to increase your prices, this is one thing that actually clients really enjoy. And also because, you know, it relaxes them, but also it helps the shaving process, right? So if it's something you're looking for to increase your prices and be able to offer better service, I would recommend you to use this. We do this service on every single client. Obviously, the clients that pay for like a hot towel shave, things like that, we use more than one towel, but you know, we offer this to every client, and like I said, like, it's been a huge success for us. Now we're gonna use the razor. I mean, how I said, it's going to be pretty easy because I already made my guides with the trimmer. So I just gotta follow those guides, you know, make sure everything is even. With the razor, I can tell you is make sure you kind of pull the skin. Always pull the skin when you're shaving, and also make sure you put the razor on like a 45-degree angle. This will avoid you cutting the client, you know, and that's it. That's pretty much what it is. To learn how to use the razor, all you gotta do is practice. Like, practice on yourself. Like, shave your legs, shave your arms, practice, you know, how to apply the razor like on your skin, you know, how to place on your skin. And that's the only way you're gonna learn. There's no other way. There's no way. I mean, you can watch all the videos you want, but if you're not doing it yourself, you're never gonna learn, right? So before you practice on people, practice on yourself. If you can get the angles on yourself, believe me, you know, shaving people will be way easier. So here you can see I'm just going and trying to make those lines that I made before, like, more straight. Obviously, you can always tell your client to help you, it stretches skin. Some parts of the face are kind of a little difficult to stretch, so you can tell your clients to put air on the cheeks or use their tongue to kind of help you. So there's many ways, you tell your clients to help you with this. Makes your life easier, and you avoid cutting them, and obviously they will help you. So this is another tip that I got for you guys. I will say that 99.9% of the faded beards that you see on Instagram and on YouTube, most of them have color, and the reason for it is because sometimes it's very hard to find that one client that has like perfect hair, even to create that faded look. So in this case, we just add a little bit of color on the front just to kind of create that faded look. In this case, I'm using Kiss Express. That's the color I like to use. You can use Beijing as well. But honestly, I like Kiss. It dries quick, that's the only thing, but I like it how it looks. It looks more natural in my opinion. So in this case, as you can see, I'm just adding a little bit on the front and kind of just fading it with the brush. And that's pretty much it. That's all you really want, to be honest with you. You just want to create that nice transition. You don't want to make it look like you painted the front. You know what I mean? If you're going for that look, that's fine. Everybody likes different things. But in this case, the client just kind of likes like a little faded look going on. That's it. So we make the front a little darker. And that's it, guys. That's the whole look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know many of you wanted to see a video like this, so here you have it. And don't forget to subscribe, like it, share it, all the cool stuff. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.